Hello everyone, and welcome to another Joe Builds Warhammer. I have 3 Eradicators, clipped from the majority of the big ol' sprue, because after handling the sprue for the Crypto Thralls and a bunch of those Necrons, and even some of the Primaris stuff, I just hunkered down and clipped it all out so I didn't have to deal with that. Okie dokie. So, first look at these is we've got some really chunky, thick Primaris dudes. And at first I thought they were a brand new kind of Primaris armor. Whoa. And then when I got to building them, they kind of struck me as familiar. So let's get started on the first one. Downside of clipping out is sometimes I lose track of what's on what sprue. But thankfully, through this whole thing, it's numerical. So I know this first one is going to be G40 through G46. So if I see any of those pieces, I can just clip them off the sprue. G43. I might not put... Ooh, never mind, that's a cool head. It's a dope head. I was going to say I might not put that on so I could put a... like a Space Wolf without a helmet on. But those are pretty cool. That's 59, that's 42. Now that's the problem, is I can't tell what that is. But let's risk it. Boop. I'm looking over this other bit. What did I say, 46? Okay, we're free with that one. And I'm willing to bet it's this gun. All right. Get all these extra little pieces clipped off. Nothing really there. Here we go. So the backpack is what made me first realize that these guys are basically aggressors. They're in aggressor armor. So they're essentially Melta aggressors, and that's really cool. We've got the LOL aggressor goes brr, and now we have LOL Eradicator goes bzz. I don't know what kind of noise a Melta gun makes. I think las cannons are like big loud snaps. Like a las gun is like a snap, I think. A las cannon, I think, is a louder snap, just because, you know, same tech. Bolters are explosive, rocket-propelled, crazy pants bananas. I don't know if... I know the sound of plasma. I know it shoots a ball. And I know Volkite is a really loud clap, I think. I don't know. Maybe some of the audiobooks have sounds. If you know what a meltagun sounds like, please comment, because I'm going to look that up after this, see if I can find a example. But huge meltaguns. It's kind of got this the style of maybe I have one here. What are they called? The new intercessor bolters. It's similar to that in a lot of ways, and it's beautiful, and I love it. And I don't usually just fall in love with marine weapons, but this is glorious. I also really love the suppressors guns, and I think incursors, the crazy dudes who are just like, hey, that's a nice jump pack, can I have 2 heavy bolters and just fly around with them? That sounds great. Except, you know, give them the pistol grip heavy bolters because reasons. Are those guys aggressors in armor too? I'll have to check on that. All right. That is a really long peg. That's got me worried already. I think the Chaplain is the only other mini that's got like a crazy long peg like that. But it's all one piece. This is bonkers. Huge amounts of surface area to cover here. Oops. I let that dry. Let's just yank that all right off. So I'll just slather glue all over that. That looks all right. Bam. It also Kind of bothers me that I've got a peg I have to glue together back here. It's a lot of stuff to hold together. So these guys, everyone seems to be in love with them. And I played one game against them, and yeah, they were dangerous. Nope, messing everything up, trying to get the rules up, knocking everything over. That's dry enough. Like aggressors, they have an ability to shoot twice, except all these guys have to do is declare that the unit will shoot a single target. So if you don't split fire, you can shoot that same target again. So these guys, their middle name is Overkill, and that's awesome. They shot the heck out of a Soul Grinder in a game. Did tons of damage. I think I ended up... I knew it was going to happen, so I did a Warp Surge to give it a 4-up invul. And I ended up command pointing one, and I spent so many command points, and he lived with 3 wounds, and then so many more command points to heal him back to full. Or to the top bracket. And then he shot every single one of his guns at these guys. And very luckily, he got 3 hits, 3 wounds with his 3 damage cannon and killed all 3. Because they are 3 wounds, I believe just like aggressors, 3-up save, toughness 5. The only thing they don't have going for them is the aggressors' big ol' power fist. Which I think if they did, they would just be ridiculous. Alright, so like aggressors, actually not like aggressors, their hood doesn't go all the way over. Check that out. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm gonna assemble this one normally. And maybe the next one I do, I'll grab some Space Wolf heads. Maybe I've got like an Iron Priest head lying around. That'd be cool. I just can't get that little gap in the crotch to close and stay closed. Okay, so long peg, hole in chest. Huh, ooh. I gotta say, that's a new one. Usually, snap tights or easy builds don't penetrate themselves like that. Also, penetration joke. Alright, I just kind of put some glue all over. Oh, geez, I totally missed that piece. I put some glue all over that looked like a connection point. I don't want to risk dry fitting through that whole peg and then not being able to easily get it off. So I'm kind of guessing on the first one. And here we go. That was really anticlimactic. It slid through that hole really easily. I'm going to doll up some glue there. I'm still having a problem down here. I don't think I put nearly enough glue down there to have it hold. There's a slight hole. I don't know if I can get the angle right on the edge of the thighs, but from tabletop viewpoint, you won't see any of it. All right, next is an arm. Easy peasy. A little bit on the peg, a little bit on the base. And in we go. Bam. Okay, these guys are real simple to assemble. Props to Games Workshop. A little bit more on that peg. The peg goes into the gun. I don't know if that's needed. I mean, I like to trust Games Workshop, and I know to some people that's weird, but I figure if I'm gonna love this game and play it all the time, I shouldn't stress myself with hatred or distrust towards the company that makes the game. Yeah, they've done weird things in the past, but I'm sure they tested this out and decided, hey, you know what? Having a giant rod go through the whole mini is probably for the better. That's pretty cool. See, these guys shoot twice. They have essentially multi-meltas, but they're Assault 1. But right now, at least, they do not ignore the penalty for advancing and shooting, which their slightly thicker brethren do. I say slightly because power fists. Let's do another one really quick, except this time I'll go through my big bin of Space Wolf heads. And then on my own time, I'm going to go through my big bag of Space Wolf bits and really Space Wolf one up. And then I've got this little bag of some Forge World bits I clipped out. Okie dokie. This one, the second one's G47 through G52. Honestly, the sprue might be G, but I don't see where that is. And I guess none of those pieces are here. I think it's all right here. Nope, no arms. Let's get this clipped. Also, something that I don't know if it hasn't gone appreciated, but I know a lot of the people I talk to haven't mentioned it with these minis that I really like, is they face the way they shoot. And in the past, that wasn't always the easiest thing to do when you were building Space Marines, because the helmet would clip the shoulders, and you'd end up with just like a guy, well, here. You'd end up with these pewter minis that were in ridiculous YMCA poses. So he's looking at what he's shooting at, but he's also holding the gun like he's trying to turn the TV on with it. It's just not right. And then, like, I don't know, 20 years later, we get super excited and end up with, like the exact same thing, exact same pose, but slightly better. It's still a cool mini. All right. This one does not, oh, yep. They might all have that crazy long self-impaling, dowel going through. Oh, that explains a lot. G53. Here we go. I was looking for 2 arms, but one of the arms is already attached to the Meltagun, which is called a Melta Rifle. I guess the big difference is a Multi-Melta has 2 of those. So it's just a really big Melta gun instead of a Multi-Melta that's 2 Melta guns strapped together. And then there's the, I think, Cyclonic Melta that's like 6 Meltas strapped together for the, dang it, Leviathan. I'm thinking about it. Dreadnought multi-melters are just 2 big meltas strapped together, so I guess thanks Call for going, whoa, guys. Stop taping meltas together, just make it better. Dang cat in the bathroom. Okay. I'm going to try to apply a little bit more glue down at the bottom to avoid the slight inconvenience I had previously. Piece of glue jumped out. Yeah, that one went together a lot easier. And then we do the backpack, which we've got this nice little rim. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the inside. Oh, and a bit on that peg. And then I'm going to try to hold that peg in place because it looks like it spreads a little on the outside. That's a snug fit. Ooh, real snug. That could be my problem for putting it together a little hastily, but so far that's the only problem. The backpacks. Let's see. Nice thing, if you can tell, there's a little ridge on the inside where the head goes. And what that does is that helps the direction of the head. But, like I said, no head for that one. I almost glued it in there. And just going around the edge. I'm not putting any glue on this just yet because right now it's just kind of a guiding point for these pieces. Now I'll pop a little bit of glue on it Little bit of glue right here. And try to line that up. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. There we go. Oh, looks like I left a chunk of plastic right there, and I cut off a chunk of his thumb. You don't need that thumb. You're Space Marine. You'll be fine. And blammo. Put him on a base. I think with the new 9th edition rules, these guys popping up in reserves are going to be really nice. You know, walk on from a table edge, turn 2 for... it's either 1 or 2 command points. Alright. What's this guy? And what's this guy? I don't know if these are Space Wolf helmets. I think that's an Interceptor. Ooh. That is a really old one. You can kind of tell by the odd gray color. I might use that. It's not really going to work well with Space Wolves because a lot of Space Wolves have a lot of hair. Oh, wait. Let's see here. Hey, now. What about this guy? That's a Exterminator head. Exterminator? Is that right? Primaris Sniper dude. That doesn't really fit in there. Definitely made for the cloak. Whoops. Let's just look at a few more. What about a classic Space Marine head? You know what? That's not bad. I kind of like that. It's a little smaller, but honestly, I've always had a love for the old school helms. I'm gonna look for a few alternatives, but oh, okay. Let's try this dude. I think a classic Space Marine helm might not be bad. Kind of like a throwback. Found a Space Wolf with no helmet. I could dig that. A little bit less derpy. I'm gonna cut a small bit off the bottom because I noticed it wobbled around a little. A little bit less derpy than the old school helm. I mean, that helm is not going to fit on that head very easily. Put a little bit of glue on that. And then just going to drop the head in. Use my finger while I look right at it to try to line up his vision where his eyes are with where the gun's pointing. There we go. That is pretty cool. Oh, and while I'm doing a Space Marine, I did find a spot to put He-Man's head. Well, He-Man should be leading some Assault Intercessors or really anything. Did I do Assault? Or Blade Guard Vets. Oh, he's not on these guys. Whoops. He is leading Assault Intercessors. I think this is the only time I've ever used this head, and I gotta say it looks pretty good on Primaris. Only the second founding can have these luscious locks. Truly, the heretics of the Emperor will fall before these. Not even Slanesh can appreciate them. Now I just gotta do, you know, a really good job of painting this hair. Otherwise, I mean, what's the point? All right. We got 2 of these big ol' awesome Eradicators. I got tons of questions on how they're going to work in different armies. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the new Space Marine rulebook come out in October. I hope you guys enjoyed this. You have a good day.